Hello.
What up?
How's
Hey,
everyone
guys.
doing this evening?
How y'all doing?
Good. How are you
What's
guys?
happening?
Sean, quit being so adorable. Stop it. You're gonna see your heels kicking up behind you in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, he's laying on his stomach.
I'm coming to you from the floor of my living room. So what's up, guys?
I will set that up. I can get rid of this desk.
Please don't, dude.
Kick my feet up. Be good times.
So you guys been? What's up? What's new?
I've been drinking all day and playing PUBG. So that's
You still haven't gave up that game yet?
nah.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was tense on PUBG today.
It was.
I got my teammates killing each other left and right. It wasn't a good time.
There was a shit show. There was a lot of friendly fire going on. We died a lot. Yeah. So other than that, I mean, I played Never a Week. Just for the first time. This game is awesome.
Is it a shoot 'em up? What is that?
This is a shmup, a really cool shmup that it's like traditional like shmup, like setup, side scrolling, but it's set up like twin stick, and basically you move up and down, but you fire with using the right stick. It gets pretty challenging, and it actually has a story to it too. So it's a pretty interesting story about like a girl in a coma, and the only physical edition is Japanese, is Asian, but it has full English support. So I would recommend that.
I know when I think shmups, I think girls in comas.
Yeah, coma girl.
Man, who knew? Anyway, let's bring out our guest tonight on the show. We have Kyle Desjardin. Desjardin. I don't know. It's French. I think it's French. We'll ask him when he comes here. The cleanest of the filthiest resellers out there. This guy, he's quite a draw. Yeah, fuck it. I'll bust his balls when he's out here. So say hello to Kyle.
Hey guys.
Hey Kyle.
What up, Cal?
French freedom fries, baby.
Is it Desjardin?
Desjardins, English, Desjardins, French.
Okay, good. You're on the good side then.
Ooh la la. Desjardins.
Yeah, fancy, right?
Fancy.
We're talking before the show, and I'd mentioned Kyle that you're quite the draw. I spam Facebook with all these posts. Game junkies blew up. Everybody coming, oh my god, he's so dreamy. All this, and he said so. I did have a question. When other filthy resellers come up to you and they ask, "What's your secret, Kyle?" What question do you get asked the most?
Probably that, or some form of that.
And the answer is,
it's honestly exactly what everybody sees. I mean, it's the same answer across the board. I mean, I've done it a long time, which is super beneficial. A lot of relationships and networking, and that's really it. I mean, I'm not out here scouring garage sales at 4 a.m. or Goodwill or OfferUp or Marketplace, because it's too competitive. You can't compete with those people any longer that have nothing else like going on. Like if you got a family and a business and other things going on, like that time of running out all hours of the night to grab something off Marketplace or Offer, like it's just not feasible anymore. I can't compete with somebody that is single and has that downtime or free time to do those things. And so it's really just generally buying out, collections of collectors from around the country, sometimes out of the country, but rarely, just because the shipping logistics make that difficult. But and that's really all it is. I still do, the occasional local thing, but that's generally only if it's somebody I know who isn't going to flake, isn't going to waste my time. Like it's prearranged, friends, stuff like that, because otherwise you drive 2 hours, someone else already bought it. Then you're losing money because now you're out of time, you're out of gas money, you know, like things.
Yeah.
It's not worth chasing it like that anymore, and you really can't unless you literally have nothing else going on.
So secret
When
number
when
one.
do you think that turning point was, though, for you? Like, do you think it was when you stopped going out, to garage sales and thrift stores and marketplaces and shit like that, where you just like, when do you think that was for you, where you kind of just switched the time when you did that?
I think it was twofold. I think part one would be COVID. COVID hit. Everybody had free time for the most part. A lot of people sitting around, a lot of people not got a lot going on, and a lot of people, especially, were looking for side hustles or additional means of income. And so you saw the number of people reselling go through the roof. Subsequently, because of that, people in the free time, they also had a lot more time to look up the value of what was going on. And during that time, you saw, record prices on things. And so everybody and their brother thought that, oh my God, Mario sold for 1.5 million. I must have, I must have Bill Gates money in the garage right now in a tote. So
we rich, honey.
Yeah, exactly. And so you saw prices go way up, people a lot more informed about what they had, and a lot more people filling that space of trying to acquire good deals, locally or whatever it may be. And then secondly, at least for my end, I, over the years, was able to scale to a point where I had more capital to put towards collections. And so that allowed me to like branch out into different areas. Like I didn't have to scour marketplace for that, smaller lot or collection or whatever. I could look outside of my state. I could look, the other side of the country. I could finally be in that ballpark of people that were buying larger collections, which gave me more freedom and also more say in what I would acquire, as opposed to just kind of taking whatever I could get. I could be a little bit more picky or a little bit more choosy, or seek out things that were in better shape, or the collections that had better content. So I wasn't getting stuck with things that were a lot more difficult to move.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you,
since you buy around the country now, basically, right? Do you see a price difference from region to region, or is it kind of all the same because of the internet, probably?
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty level playing field.
Yeah.
The price discrepancies generally you just see based on the contents of the collection. Like if I had an N64 lot in California and an N64 lot in Maine with the exact same games, they're probably going to be roughly the same price. Now, obviously, the seller is going to determine what they want for it, but it's not going to be some astronomical difference. But, if that lot over in California is all complete in box and mint and whatever, and you know what I'm saying? So it's basically like that's the only difference you really see, is just if the contents.
What made me think about it really was like certain regions will have rare games, whereas the other region, it's a common game as could be. So it's like that's kind of what I was getting at, really, not even really the prices.
Yeah.
Because if you're central, nothing's rare to you. You know what I mean? Where somebody in New York, it would be like, yo, that game is so rare. And then California, it's like, nah, that game's like every freaking, spot in the world, You
see it a lot. Yeah. And I've seen that through the years where, like you said, like based on somebody's like geographical location, there'll be more of like almost like an emotional like premium on a game or something like that. Cause like you said, like they've seen it once in 5 years, as opposed to somebody who maybe sees it once a month.
Yeah.
And so they'll think that it's worth exponentially more just because they haven't seen it based on where they reside. But in actuality, it's not that uncommon. It just may be uncommon for that area, like you had said.
Yeah.
So Arizona's just Xbox 360 games, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Xbox.
That's
They're
where
all at your house.
they all went to die.
Did you make a killing during COVID, Go?
It went pretty well. I mean, it was.
I'm not
was
going to ask you to pull out spreadsheets and
no.
show
It
me.
was a very like fine line though, because like people were spending money left, right, and center, but like at the exact same time, it was like every single couple of days the prices were going up on stuff. It was a weird time, man. Like you would buy a collection, and by the time it would arrive to my house, the prices were already different just in that, 5, 6, 7 days span from like when we agreed to a purchase price and that person shipped them and they arrived here, they would be worth, more, sometimes less, but like majority of the time it was more. And that was great because I spent X amount and now it's worth slightly more than what I paid for it. But I mean, it was also difficult because during COVID, there was a lot of people that didn't have that disposable income, that didn't have the means to take care of the necessities they needed to for themselves or their families. And so buying games or, utilizing the extra money they did have for collectibles wasn't an option. And then you had the other side of that coin where a lot of people, the stimulus money and stuff like that was just like free money for them in their pocket because they were already, secure on a financial end. And so they were just spending it like they found it on the street.
Is it true that you traded video games for toilet paper? I heard this.
So I think that might be a rumor.
Toilet paper and hand sanitizer. I heard you had a racket go.
I definitely did have rubbing alcohol shipped to me during COVID, though. Isopropyl alcohol probably shouldn't have been shipped to me because it's one of those like things you're not supposed to ship. But it was sold out everywhere. I couldn't clean games. I couldn't do anything. I made a post in search of for rubbing alcohol.
Otherwise, I'm going to spit clean these games and maybe stick
it around. There's nothing else that works.
We couldn't find the 90% at all. Like anywhere. Yeah. Like if you found one bottle, that was like the gold standard. You just leave. That's only for special occasions. And I still have that bottle at 90.
Special vintage.
Yeah, like when I'm cleaning circuit boards or something like that.
Yeah, that was the only thing like game related wise though. Like during COVID, that I was seeking out that I couldn't find because it just wasn't available on the shelves. So I had someone send me like 3 bottles, and then that lasted for I think the duration of the time where stuff was scarce. But no toilet paper trades.
Kyle, did you ever have like a bad deal go wrong?
Like
what's a
like
horror
a deal
story?
go like
scam or something lot. Or
yeah.
I mean, I've had shit not arrive in the condition it was described in more times than I can count. I mean, that's like probably the most common occurrence. And not just like, oh, this got a little like banged up in shipping or something, but like it was already fucked up before you sent it out kind of situations. Yeah. I recently had, when was it? Within the last, 3 or 4 months, I actually got scammed by someone I had done business with for years. I had sold to them.
Oh.
Never an issue. I mean, it wasn't like some large amount of money, a couple $100 or whatever, but it was one of those things where I didn't think anything of it. And like I said, I had known them for years and
but yet
didn't pan out like I thought it would.
But yet you don't make a big crybaby post about it on social media.
Well,
you don't name.
That's never been my way. But
well, that's probably why you're so clean. That's why he's Mr. White Hat in a filthy reselling business.
I try to resolve things in-house, as much as possible. And with myself too, because like I'm not gonna act like I don't have issues come up with stuff. Like I sell stuff, I've had stuff lost or damaged or, like whatever, like you make it right. And so I attempted to make it right with that person. And then after I did end up posting about it, not so much as like a boohoo kind of thing, but like hey, be aware, this person did X, Y, and Z kind of situation to notify the community so it didn't happen to somebody else as well. And
Oh, which is the responsible thing to do, obviously. You know?
Yeah, and I reached out to admins in the groups that I was going to post in to let them know ahead of time, like, hey, like, this is what happened. Here's the screenshots, the breakdown of the conversations and everything like that. So that why
retro game collector would
I
like
saw
to
that.
personal message who did it. I don't know if you want to name names here, but
well, and I will say this: it didn't have the happiest of endings, but after.
So we didn't jerk you off. I'm sorry.
Well, no, the day's not over. So fingers crossed, right? So I ended up reaching out to him after I obviously knew like what was going down, and no response, like the stereotypical just ghosts, blah, blah, blah. So actually I reached out to his girlfriend or wife or whoever, his significant other, and I messaged her directly with kind of like a very calm, just like, hey, like, as a heads up, like, this is what happened. This person's no longer responding to me.
I have a certain set of skills.
Yeah, I will find you.
You hired somebody to bang his girlfriend. That's one way to get revenge.
I reached out to her, and she reached out to him, and then I got messaged very quickly back from him after having spoken with her. And at the end of the day, what it looks like, and I'm not justifying scamming by any means, so don't take this like that, but it looks like dude was on some rough times and was looking to come up with some money. And I can understand that, like I get not being in a good spot. And he and I spoke at length for probably a couple of days. And then over the course of, I want to say maybe like 6 to 8 weeks, he sent me like small payments back towards what he had taken from me. I told him if he can, get me back half and we'll call it a day. Like I said, I can understand, being in a bad spot. I don't think that you should have done what you did, but get me back half, keep the other man and do what you got to do with it. And over the course of, like I said, about 6, 8 weeks, he did end up sending me half of that back. And so as far as a scam story goes, I definitely think that's better than most.
Nothing, yeah.
No, I when I asked you to come on the show, probably about a month or a couple months ago. Anyway, but you were gearing up for Game On Expo over here. How did that go for you? Was it?
It was good. Yeah, it was a really great weekend. This was the first year that they had switched over to a new venue. It's just been growing so much each year that they now are holding it. It's still at the same like Phoenix Convention Center, but in like their main hall now, as opposed to one of the other buildings. And so there was definitely a lot of first time in a new setting kinks that needed to be worked out, which was kind of to be expected with everything scaling to the level it has. And there was different security, and the load in and the load out was definitely leaving some stuff to be desired. But if you take away like that stuff, the convention itself, like the 3 days, was amazing.
Did you meet any cool YouTubers, any persons of note in the game industry? Anybody?
Trying to think of who all is there. I mean, you see the usual ones that are normally there. Your friend Steve was there, and
wait, my friend Steve.
Yeah,
you mean Mr. Right Way?
Mr. Right. He came by the booth.
Did he pull his leg off to get free games or something?
He did not. He wasn't even recording, I don't believe, at the time when he was at the booth. I'm trying to think of who else YouTube wise. Oh, go ahead.
Do you have a favorite YouTuber? Do you follow any YouTubers? You watch these guys? Because I'll be honest, it's all I watch anymore is YouTube, and retro.
I don't really. So one person I used to watch a lot early on because I was just super envious of like his years in the game and his personal collection was the immortal John Hancock.
Mm-hmm.
And he was at the convention, got to talk to him for quite a while. And his booth was actually like one row over, like directly like behind mine. So he was probably, I don't know, his booth was probably 20 feet away from mine. And so in the mornings, like during setup and stuff time before the crowds were let in, you know, he got to walk around and talk to people. So I got to speak with him at length. I'm trying to think of, I know Radical Reggie was there walking around, doing his thing. And so for me there, like I didn't have a lot of like downtime. I was kind of at the booth, you know, 24/7 while the convention itself was open. So it was really like only in the morning before the doors open where I really got a chance to like walk around and like mingle at all.
Yeah.
So unless somebody came to the booth and I had a chance to talk to them, like there wasn't a whole lot of interacting with other people, unfortunately.
Yeah, we had Reggie on the show before. I like him. He's a good guy.
Oh yeah.
You're funny dude.
What does Hancock have there selling? Does he sell things? Is he a distro or something?
Oh man, he was selling stuff and then doing like autographs and some other things. I don't want to.
Oh, that's right. He has
misspeak.
He has like Atari homebrews and stuff.
Yes. Okay. Yes. I was trying to think back because it's been like a couple months.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Sorry, Will.
Yeah, no, he did have that set up. And then this year they had so many meet and greets, like more than I've ever seen with like top tier voice actors. And I mean, the section that they had dedicated to like the meet and greets was packed from Friday morning till Sunday evening at close because they had, must have been 50 people in that section. They had the Baldur's Gate people, which, you know, had just recently came out, and the Final Fantasy remake stuff. I mean, they had some top shelf people over there, and that area was insane from Friday through Sunday, that entire weekend.
Any of these?
Told Will to go. I don't know why he didn't go.
I don't, dude.
He never goes anymore.
I know.
Kyle asked me the same question. He's like, "Why don't you go?" Because there was a period there for like 4 years. My girlfriend and I, we would go to every Comic-Con. We go to every Game On Expo, and I don't know, dude. It's just, you know, I'm over it. I've seen it. I've done it.
Will, you're a professional YouTuber.
Oh yeah, that's me.
You are highbrow.
Okay, number one, I'm not a professional. I've not seen one dime. James has freaking been embezzling all the funds.
He's putting it away.
It's all going right back out the door.
He's putting it away in account for us.
Number one, I'm not a professional YouTuber. Number two, I'm a podcaster, motherfucker. I'm not one of them filthy YouTubers. So don't put me in the same.
You get some good footage there, though. It's pretty fun.
You got to vlog it, man.
Oh man, no, I
don't
know.
worry. I'm sure I'll be going to Long Island this year, and I won't be videoing a goddamn thing. I'll bring Pappas along. Me and Pappas. I'll let Pappas.
Pappas, so you can harass people into selling shit.
Pappas is the Long Island retro gaming.
No, but you know, I've been there. I've done that. I don't know. I've never been one to get starstruck. I don't want. I mean, let's say I got Metal Gear Solid, right? And I go there, and the guy David Hayter, I think that's the guy who did the voice. I wouldn't. If he signed my shit, I would consider that shit ruined. I don't want your signature on my shit. You know what I mean?
You fucked it up.
Yeah, you know, no more than I want a freaking Nintendo tape with fucking Billy written on the side of it. You know, it's like no,
that's fair. But that's only one aspect of the convention. I mean, like that's literally one little section. And they had a whole like WWF wrestling ring set up there this year, and a whole tabletop gaming section. I mean, it's scaled crazy big now. Like it's a lot different than it was probably the last time you've been there.
No. Unless some punk rock band is playing that I want to go watch. I don't know. I'm not into it. It's just I guess I don't like YouTubers. I don't know.
That's fair.
Did any YouTubers try and grease you for deals? Get you under the camera? Let me get this guy on camera. Because I hear that's a common tactic.
It was so that definitely happened. The last one in August 2023. Definitely saw a lot more of that. I don't think that happened. I can't recall that happening this time. I mean, you definitely saw people walking around with cameras and asking if they could film, which I definitely appreciate, you know, because I mean, like obviously, like it's in a public space. I mean, they don't have to ask if they don't feel like it, but it's nice, like that level of respect. Like, hey, would you mind if I, you know, film some of your inventory here at your booth or something like that? Like, I definitely appreciate that. But I don't think there was anybody like, hey, man, you know, I could put this on the YouTube channel, and because that shit, like, I don't care. Like, that's not a good tactic to use on me.
What deal can you work for me so it looks real good that I got it for $5?
Yeah, and like I don't. Like, that's the thing. Like, I'm not. You know, it's a local show. I mean, the Phoenix Convention Center for me is, you know, 60 minutes, 70 minutes, depending on traffic. Like, I'm not hauling this stuff across the country. Like, I'm literally going back to my house on Sunday when it wraps up. I mean, it's not. I don't got to blow stuff out on Sunday just to not pack it up, or, you know, I'm not selling you something for 50% off, so you look cool to your followers.
I saw you. I was watching YouTubers, as I do, and I saw somebody. I can't remember what it was. I think it was My RPG Life. They're local here, actually. I saw them at your booth buying some stuff from me. I was like, I fucking took a picture of the screen. I don't know if you remember.
I know him.
I sent it to you. I was like, oh, you're on TV. You're famous, Kyle.
Was that was in August, right? That was the last one.
I think so, dude.
I think so.
My memory goes back, you know, 20 minhave and then it's gone. So I don't remember.
Fleeting.
It happens with age. Yeah, man. Do you ever have you ever gone outside of the state? You ever gone to any conventions out of Phoenix, or other than Game On, I should say?
Not as a vendor, no. It's currently too much, like, logistically. My youngest, like, is still pretty hands-on with things, and if I travel out of state, you know, I'm looking at, depending on how far it is, a day or two of travel to get there, multiple days of actually being there, another day or two back. You know, we're looking at like almost an entire week of everything for it to be said and done. To dump that on my wife, like, that's too much of an ask at this current time, with our youngest being still pretty much a handful. SoCal is the next closest, like, large show, which is, you know, like a half a day drive. But even with that, I mean, that's still, you know, 4 or 5 days of being gone. And so it doesn't make sense currently. But also, unfortunately, Game On and SoCal are pretty close together. And next year they're going to be even closer together because they're moving Game On to April. And so it's going to be like a big show in April, and then, you know, 2 months later, another big show in Southern California. And that's a very, very tight window to restock a lot of quality inventory with a lot of variety. And I'm very particular about what I take to conventions. And so it's just like the turnaround time is too close together. I'm going up to Portland this year for PRGE, just to attend as a guest, not as a vendor, just to actually enjoy the convention. Because that's one thing that sucks about being a vendor, is you don't really get to enjoy the con. But going up to Portland this year.
Isn't that your hometown?
A little north of that. I'm from just outside Seattle, but same neighborhood. So we're actually staying in Washington. We're going to be up there for like a week, and then we're going down to Portland for like 2 days to do the convention.
I don't know how close or far Portland is from Washington. Well, I know the states are next to each other, but
they're all Portland to the border is like 15-20 minutes. I don't know, it's really close. I mean, from Seattle to Portland is like 3 hours.
Yeah, I remember I played 3 shows in Washington one time, and it was like Seattle, Portland, and what's the other big city around there? Anyway, we stayed in Portland like with some chick for like 5 days because it was just like
yeah, it's not far. It's definitely like a quick drive down there, and so it'll be nice. I haven't been home in a few years either, so I mean, it'll be nice just to be up there for a while, and then get to go to a PRGE will be awesome.
Yeah. When you what was the most expensive thing at your booth at Game On Expo? What was the single most expensive item, and did you sell it?
I didn't take anything too crazy. Let me see.
No.
God, what? Oh, okay. So the most expensive thing that I took with, I had a like a super clean copy, complete in box of Shantae for the Game Boy Color. I was 99% sure it wasn't going to sell, but it looks really good in a display case. Definitely attracted a lot of attention and started up some conversations. That did not sell there, which I didn't think it would, but it was just one of those things where I had it when the convention weekend came up, and I was like, why not? I'll bring it, see if I can sell it or maybe trade it or, whatever. But I didn't really have time to walk around and try shopping it much. But that came back home with me. But I think other than that, the next most expensive thing was probably in like the $700-800 range. Not a lot of that super high end stuff tends to move, at least for my booth. I can't speak for others, but I don't see a lot of people walking around with thousands that they're looking to drop on a single title.
Sean, you got that Shantae Game Boy game?
No, I don't.
Oh. Kyle,
it's a little out of my range, buddy.
I'm going to introduce you to Sean, and let me introduce you to my commission structure.
just a small nominal 10% fee.
Well, I pointed Kyle just randomly. I pointed Kyle in the direction of a video game lot, and he bought it, and then the guy comes back and he kicks me down some money. I was like, "What the fuck? Really? I never knew this." So,
there you go.
Yeah, I guess that's one tactic you haven't mentioned.
So you're a broker now.
Well,
that was a while back too. That was a long time. That was years ago. Yeah, that actually it panned out to be like a way better deal than I anticipated, and that was probably well before I was where I am now. Because I'm pretty sure that was before COVID. So we're talking like at least probably 4 years, give or take.
All I remember, trying to think, it was what do they call it? The one where you put the screen in the built-in. Yeah. Why'd you have to put that shit up, dude? What do they call? What's it called? Where you put the screen on top of the
Vectrex?
Yes, the Vectrex. Thank you. Was it a Vectrex deal? I don't remember.
It was some like obscure stuff. I remember that, but then when I got there,
there was
way more than like what had been like advertised on the post. And so that was why I had sent that to you, because it ended up being much more than I originally thought that I was going there for. And the dude, I don't think money mattered to him, like the house and the other stuff that he collected and everything. He looked to be doing very, very well for himself. And I think he just wanted the shit out. I mean, he had a very, very vast gun collection among other things, and I think he was expanding that, and the games were just in the way. And so like he just wanted this shit gone. So it ended up being like a really great deal on something I would have never seen without Will pointing me that direction. And so that ended up being really good.
You hear that, filthy resellers?
Karma. Get back.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm
good.
taking note.
I'm looking at my Vectrex right now, so I'm good.
So I'm taking notes.
It's such a cool concept.
I love that console, man. That's one of my favorite consoles of all time.
You don't see them a lot.
No.
So I'm taking notes, Kyle. Number one, to succeed at filthy reselling, you need to get rid of your significant other. This is from your words. This is out of your mouth. Number two, keep the overhead low, and grease the palms of the what do you call it? Someone finds it for you. What's that called? Finders. Yeah, grease the palm of the fee finders. The finders fee. You know what I'm talking about.
I don't remember saying that first piece.
You totally did. You said people with no husbands and no wives and to have the time to go out and they're doing.
It was definitely
okay, yeah,
definitely implied.
Okay, yeah. So in a roundabout way. Okay.
So I'm taking notes, and I am going to publish these. And
for the guy that doesn't sell,
I sell sometimes. I'm semi-filthy
periodically.
I just sold to that guy earlier. A couple days ago. Yes,
he sold to me after he told me he'd give it to me for free, and then
no. Go back and watch the episode. I said, Sean, you know what? You've been kind enough to me here. I'll just give it to you. You're like, no, 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 no. And then the filthy reseller arose, and I took your money. But you got a good deal. Fucking
Still
asshole.
waiting for it.
It's on the way, dude. Check your tracking number.
I'm
Sean, I'm still waiting on my thing too. So
I know. I've known what that is for like months now, and like
I'm wanting to know.
James,
but,
it's
but
coming.
you know, I'm about to write an angry Facebook post that I have.
James, I promised James. Oh shit! It's been about 3 months now. I got something for him, and I have it, but it's incomplete. The second part to complete it has been found, and I'm waiting for that to arrive. And once everything comes together, the gift will be presented to you, James O. Johnson.
Sounds like he's making shit up. Sounds like a fairy tale.
Guys, it's true.
By the time he gets it, he's gonna be like, "What the? Why did he send this to me? What the?"
Yeah.
You guys are dicks. I don't know why I do this show. So Kyle, is it all Facebook and Instagram sales and Game on Expo or no Mercari, no eBay, no
whatnot?
Not anymore. No. Mercari was the only of those three that you just listed that I ever used as far as like selling platforms outside of Facebook and Instagram. And then I haven't used Mercari in years. Like it was really great early on. And then there was like a recent resurgence when they dropped all the seller fees and fucked their buyers over. And I just.
Well, the thing is, I think they're trying to keep it. That was actually part of the bullshit news that we're going to talk about. They Mercari, they recently did away with seller fees, and they had some weird 30-day return policy where you had 30 days to return the shit.
No.
Well, most recently, they reversed that return policy, I guess, because people were getting ripped off too much.
Scammers, yeah.
Yeah, so it's back to the 3 days. You know, if you got 3 days to decide if you're going to keep it or not, and
which is arguably kind of short. I mean, but it sure as hell shouldn't be 30 on a platform like that. I mean, there needs to be like a happy medium. I mean, if you're out of town or doing something, 3 days is a pretty narrow window, but I definitely don't think it needs to be 4 weeks either.
Mm-hmm.
You were all for that, weren't you, Will?
I used to sell on Mercari. That used to be my online platform. I never fucked with eBay. And then Mercari did this new thing, and I had a game that wasn't that rare, wasn't that expensive, but for shits and giggles, I fucking posted for like $100 and some odd bucks, and somebody fucking bought the damn thing. I was like, ugh, whoa, shit. And
what happened here?
I was just like, okay, whatever, let's go. And I fucking sent it out, and I got paid. And I was like, yeah, cool. Fucking no fucking seller fees. This is fucking rad. And I started like telling my friends about it. Hey, you should check this out. Here's my link. You get $10. I get $10. But I think their thing is if you use your credit, you know, the money that you got in Mercari, if you use that to buy other things on Mercari, you don't get all the shitty fees. So if you're buying shit on Mercari and you use the credit from something else you've sold, you can avoid all the high buyer fees, which is kind of weird, but you know, it's.
I think they're just struggling to stay relevant, man. Like I don't see that business model holding up long term.
Mercari, reach out to me. We'll make you famous.
Yeah.
There's a lot of scams going on there. A lot of people getting fake shit.
Yeah. They were great once upon a time, like way back years ago. I used to use them all the time, but I have no desire whatsoever to rejoin using that platform.
Which is more successful for you, Facebook or Instagram?
For me, it's Facebook, just because I've been on there much longer. Like I definitely have a decent amount of sales that are slowly building as well on Instagram, but I've been on the Facebook and the collector groups for a lot longer than I've done Instagram for. So
you probably have a regular clientele too, basically, right?
Yeah, and so it's a lot more established, a lot more of, you know, like the reputation piece, and if I need references or vouchers or, you know, or whatever for a new customer or something like that, it's a lot easier to obtain on Facebook. And Instagram is building. I mean, it's still I don't know. I don't have a ton of followers, but it's steadily increasing.
I got to call you out because that's it's common on for sellers. People, hey, I'm selling to so and so. They've never dealt with me before. Can you vouch for me? And you make that post. I
Yeah.
swear to God, you do it just to stroke your own ego. Like once
I really don't, dude.
every other week.
I really
it's like,
don't.
hey, I'm selling to somebody, and they never heard me. It's like, come here and watch the podcast on mute. There's a bunch of filthy resells bragging about ripping people off. Disgusting.
This guy.
Daryl,
No, those are legit posts, man. Like I really like. There's times where people are new and
They just don't know.
whatever it may be. Yeah, and so I do, but
you never pull. Do you know who the hell I am?
no.
Do you know who you're talking to?
Other people do that on the post, like for me. Weirdly, I don't know. When you post those things, you get some interesting responses. But yeah, no, I mean it's not super frequent that like I'm dealing with somebody who hasn't been around or doesn't know me, or at least somebody I know or something like that. But it does happen, and so make a quick post just to ease their mind and make sure that they're comfortable on their end.
Sound like a massage therapist.
Let me get this essential oil out real quick.
Yeah.
And also, while I slide this, I don't know, freaking Flintstones
See,
tape cartridge, NES tape cartridge in your anus. I don't know.
see,
I like to call them Nintendo tapes.
Daryl speaks the truth. He says, "I'm the only honorable one out of the bunch of."
No, Daryl. My friend Daryl. We've had him on here a couple times. He's getting heavy into the filthy reselling game. But the thing is, he's still filthy. He's still dirty. Kyle is who you aspire to be, Daryl. Take some notes. I am. I got plenty of notes.
Everybody's a reseller at the end of the day, at least in one form or another. That's why I don't take offense to the term, because everybody does it.
Did I see a heart with your name and Kyle's name?
No, but I drew some lips for kisses.
That'll work.
And we got this guy here just yelling.
He's just doodling.
No, but I'm taking actual notes, dude.
Yeah.
I'm a professional podcast. I'm not professional. I'm an amateur podcaster doing my best. I tell these guys all the time, do your homework. Here, watch this. Here's a little piece of information. Watch this. No, they refuse.
Yeah, it just wings it.
Yeah, everybody's just here winging
We'll freestyle the whole thing.
Here I am, freaking notes and shit. And just, God damn.
You're the glue, man. You're the glue.
Yeah, you guys are the hill that I'm fucking fighting the battle up and shit. See the uphill battle. Fuck you.
I'm pouring the tar and feathers down.
All right, guys, we got a couple little bits of news here, and we covered it. Mercari is reversing their return policy. The return for any reason at all, no questions asked, within 30 days has been rescinded. Too many people scamming, so they cut that down to 3 days. What else we got here? Square Enix, they're yanking their Sony exclusivity. So Final Fantasy games, you can find them on Xbox now, and I mean, I guess Nintendo. They
only got one game, man.
What one game? Final Fantasy 16.
What do you mean? They got the greatest game of all time, Forspoken. I mean, it was.
And they got foam.
It was enlightening. It was powerful to watch that woman just be so powerful.
Kyle, do you have any?
And run very awkwardly.
Do you play any modern consoles, Kyle? It's
I have a Switch. That's the only modern console I have, not counting my computer. I don't have a PS5 or Xbox. The Switch just is the easiest. I don't usually have a ton of time to dedicate to gaming, and the Switch is nice because I mean, contingent on the game, I can pop it on 20, 30 minutes really quick wherever I'm at, if I do have some time to play something, and it's just more of a convenience factor.
There you go. No, I have a Switch. It collects dust. And so
collects dust. Mine's probably fucking super dusty right now. I haven't touched it for a while.
Do you?
Will loves to hate the Switch, but he actually has a huge Switch collection.
Huge Switch. Yeah, it's all 6 games and shit.
That's all you need.
What do you guys think the reason for the Square Enix removing the exclusivity from Sony?
They want that money, dude. It's all about money. I mean,
Yeah. That's the only thing that makes sense. It was financial.
With
I don't think the
Xbox,
last one did well. So
supposedly they're nothing they did lived up to expectations financially, but Xbox
they set the bar too high for themselves, though. I mean, the numbers that Reunion did, Reunion. What's the second one called?
Rebirth.
Yeah, Rebirth. The numbers that one did are great numbers for any video game. I mean, but they put it to such a high standard. Plus, it wasn't available on the PS4. So like they're comparing it to Remake, which was available on the 4 and the 5. You know, what are you doing to yourself?
Xbox started this whole thing. I think Xbox putting their shit on PlayStation. That was the first domino. It fell, and now PlayStation starting to put the shit on PC. That's the second domino. Now we got Square Enix saying, you know, we're putting our shit on everything. So it's just a matter of time before all the dominoes fall and everybody has. Well, I'll be playing Mario pretty soon on PS5.
No, that won't happen.
No,
hopefully
I can't remember if you had this in the notes today, but also I heard today that like Xbox is going to put all the Call of Duties on Game Pass, and every Microsoft first party game is going to be Game Pass day one also. So
they got to do something to stay afloat.
Right.
Yeah,
I'm sure that Game Pass is going to rise in price too.
Most likely.
One thing they're doing to stay afloat is they're closing every studio they bought. They're closing them all down. Fuck them all.
What I say last week, too much fucking bloat. Bloat.
Let's see. College football 25 is set to drop this summer. And we got a little picture I made and put together. Where is this fucking thing? It's warning, guys. I think it's gonna beat the shit out of NCAA football 14. It's not gonna be worth $100 anymore. So if you got NCAA football 14 on Xbox 360 or PS3, get rid of it, because as soon as college football comes out, it's going to be irrelevant.
You're going to sell your copy?
I don't have a copy. Dude, you know, everybody and their mothers come across that game in the wild, except me. And it just kills me. Everybody's picked it up here for, oh, look what I found, $10, $15, $20. And they resell it for $100. Me, never find shit.
Yeah, they got one of my games up now, but it's like $60 still, $70.
Sean's got it.
Yeah, Sean, get rid of it, dude. This guy's got everything. Every time I don't know if I told you, Kyle. You probably don't know this, but both James and Sean are going for a full PS5 set.
Why?
I ask myself that every day.
Oh man, that's
we love,
it could be worse.
We love torture and pressure, and
I would support a PS5 set over some other libraries. I'll give you.
Yeah, I'm on the fence about NCAA 14 going down in price, because I was thinking about it, and the new game is probably going to be loaded with microtransactions and online play and this and that.
Yeah, but
it's not going to be It's not going to be any different than any Madden game that's already out. Whereas NCAA 14, you just pop it in and play.
But the whole thing that drives NCAA 14's price.
It was the last one.
It was the last one, and there are still there's a community out there who
update the roster.
They're updating the rosters, and they keep up with it. And that's the only reason that it's worth a damn. If you got something on a modern console that's as updated rosters, the purpose for NCAA 14 disappears. So this thing's gonna fall like a sack of bricks, dude.
I know the value grew legs because it was the final game, but at the same time, it's had the track record of being a good game too.
I don't based on that. I can't speak for that, but it's a sports game, and there's a reason the sports game a new one comes out every year to update the rosters. So you got that new, shiny Seahawks helmet. That's who you root for, isn't it, Kyle?
Sure is.
Oh, my condolences.
Yeah, I can't win them all.
I don't know shit about football. I only jump on the bandwagon when the Phoenix Cardinals are doing good, and then I'm like, yeah.
The
And
Phoenix
then,
Cardinals,
is it
Not a
Phoenix or the Arizona? Oh, they're not a real team.
Diamondbacks?
No,
Arizona.
Arizona Cardinals. It's a football team.
Oh, it's a football team.
Still not a real team.
Do we even have Cardinals in this state? I don't know. It makes no fucking sense.
I've never seen one.
Yeah, they're just getting that's sad, dude. Fuck football anyway. All right, let's see what else we here. Xbox is discounting their games up to 90% ahead of the closing of its digital stores.
'Cause they fucking suck.
Well, the prices of these 360 games are going through the roof. Through the roof. So,
They could only
Buy
go
that
fucking
right
up. The whole library was worth $14. Like,
Yeah,
it's
that's
not
true.
like where the fuck else are they going to go down? Like 8 million games across all Xbox consoles, and there's like 20 that have any value.
And we could thank one man for all of that.
Oh, this is Steve Wright Jr., aka Mr. Rightway. God bless him.
Raising the prices of your games daily.
Kyle, do you resell 360 games at all? Ever had any
Not if
come
I
in?
can help it. No.
No.
Well, because I mean, and I we're joking, but I mean, on a serious note, like there's very few Xbox games that have any type of value to them, and so I mean, you know, there's on the original Xbox, there's a handful. 360, there's a handful. Maybe there's some collector's editions or something on Xbox One and shit that are worth some money, but I mean, there's really, for all of its time, there hasn't really been much worth seeking out on the Xbox from a resale standpoint. Consoles, stuff like that are a little different for Xbox, but the games, there's not a ton that are worth much.
And the ones that are worth much, they're pretty much usually niche titles, and you got to find the buyer for that also, which is also going to be double as hard. Where it's probably much
very
easier
seldomly people looking
Call
for
of
it.
Duty on the 360, much easier to sell Call of Duty on the 360 than it is, you know.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I like you, Kyle. Yeah, fuck Xbox. Yeah, fuck them.
And I was an avid Xbox player. Don't get me wrong. Like that, some of my favorite games of all time were, you know, Xbox titles. But from a financial standpoint, like there's no margins there, and there may be in the future, you know, but there hasn't been for many years.
I've busted your balls about this in the past, but your name is Kyle. You were born with the fucking Monster energy drink in your hand, and
yeah,
punching drywall and playing that Xbox.
What can you do? Halo is a good fucking game.
Halo. Okay. I love you, Kyle. Let's see what else we got. VGP now selling Behemoth's Castle Crashers.
Yeah.
Wasn't Castle Crashers like something? It's a Switch game, right?
Yeah.
Wasn't something to be desired and chased for after? And
it's a game done by the same people that did Alien Hominid. And when they originally announced it as this is only going to be available on our website. Like that's it. You know, pre-order start, blah blah blah. Pre-order sold out like in a freaking day or whatnot. And then everybody gets them, and then they put it back up. They make a post. Oh, we found a couple more for like Easter Sunday or something. You know, we'll put a couple more out. You know, and then everybody got, you know, whoever missed out or, you know, blah blah blah. And then now all of a sudden VGP is like, yeah, cool. Now we have Castle Crashers when it was only supposed to be available on their website, which would make you think how many copies did they press if it was only going to be available on their website. You would think it would be the smallest amount of copies. You know, they never released how many copies they were making, but
sounds like LRG and Super Rare Games and every other fucking limited company. It's like, oh, this sold really well. We're going to do a one more batch, you know, just to cash in on this real quick.
Exactly.
It's reprints. It's what it is. Yeah. So, but speaking of reprints,
I noticed in the new VGP email. They restocked a whole bunch of new limited run games, and under limited run games, it said like these are not reprints, and I'm like, why are there other ones that are reprints? That are
dude, yeah,
someone's got one.
Dude, they jerk themselves off. VGP jerks themselves off on social media, fucking announcing, "Oh, we're the home of the reprints. That's our thing. Reprints, love us. Reprints." No, dude, I'm sorry, but I still think reprints are not good for the video game collecting scene. Nobody wants that shit. Get the fuck out of here. Speaking of reprints, Switch exclusive edition of Sea of Stars receives a second run. Sounds like a
There you
reprint to
go.
me.
Yeah,
Hellblade
second
2.
round. What are you talking about?
I don't know.
They said this. I went to their website today because they still haven't sent either of my copies, and if you ordered the Switch copy during that initial pre-order, it's shipping now. If you ordered it after like the 15th of this month, it's going to be in the next wave. They made a post saying that they're making more of the Switch copy.
Is this from IM 8-bit or is this a
Yeah.
retail?
No, with IM 8-bit with the slipcover.
Okay.
Kyle, you ever pre-order shit, or is it all just retro shit for you?
Primarily retro. I can't think of the last thing I pre-ordered.
Where's the line for retro for you? When does it stop? When, like PS3?
Like, where do I draw the line in this? Yeah, I would say 360, PS3, like DS, 3DS, kind of Wii, somewhere in there for Nintendo.
What console sells the best? What console do you get the most
What sells the best?
What do you sell the most? So I'm asking, like, is it N64? Is it PS1?
I mean, it's definitely waves. I'd say loose cartridges for like NES, Super Nintendo, N64 are always really good because it's very black and white with loose cartridges for the early Nintendo consoles. Like, there's no cardboard involved. There's no like, what's the condition of this corner of the box and that corner and this flap and this manual and, like, you know what I'm saying? So like that stuff it moves very quickly because it's minimal. It's like, all right, look, here's the front of the cart, here's the top of it, here's the back of it. What you see. Disc-based wise, GameCube, I would say, is always extremely sought after. I wish I had GameCube collections coming in the door every single day because it's just always immediately back out. It doesn't sit. And like, whether selling single titles or restocking a shop or whatever, everyone always needs it.
And when you're going for GameCube, it's tough to find ones like in good collector quality. A lot of times, a lot of times they've been sitting in somebody's basement for 20 years with mold on them and whatnot.
Yeah.
You ever come across the NBA Elite 11?
Yes.
I've never had one. I've never personally possessed it. I've seen it. I've seen the consoles in person, like the limited edition consoles they did for it, but I've never actually I've never owned one. No.
You shared some pictures with me. I recall the guy it's a case. A case. You open it up. There's the NBA console in there. NBA Elite 11 console.
He had two of them.
Fuck that guy.
Two different ones. He was a really good guy. It was super cool to see those, man. Like, because you don't. And those were pretty awesome.
How did he get those?
That was a while back. I'm honestly not 100% sure. I was picking his brain about a bunch of stuff that he had at his house because a lot of this, I went there to purchase a bunch of things, and then there was a bunch of stuff that was not for sale. And so I was asking all kinds of questions and inquiring about things there because he had, the full max set, the rifle, the cards. He had the NBA Elite 11 stuff. I mean, he had just these crazy the Elemental Gearbolt Assassin's case that you never see, like, just insane stuff. But I can't recall like what the origin stories were for all of them and how they fell into his possession.
What is your personal grail?
Man, I honestly, one of my biggest ones, I was actually fortunate enough to finally cross off the list really recently. One of, like, not necessarily the most expensive or anything like that, but something that I've been searching for longer than for anything else for my personal collection was a sealed copy of Gauntlet Dark Legacy for the GameCube. And
I think you sent me a picture.
I did. Yeah. That was one of the ones that I had sent you for, before. Yeah. Right there. And so I'd been looking for that probably for about 4 years actively. It doesn't pop up a ton complete in box. And in the sealed side of things, I had run into reseals, a year and a half ago. I was an underbidder on a graded one on Heritage. Like, I just have not ever been able to land one. And then one night I'm sitting in my office, like getting ready to go to bed, and somebody posted a pile of sealed games for sale at like midnight my time. One of them was that. And I was like, fuck, dude, let me message him before I go to bed and see if I can't make something happen. And so I ended up buying that. It wasn't graded. It was just a sealed copy. I ended up buying it. I got it in hand, and even in hand, I still wasn't 100% certain that it wasn't a reseal, just because my track record with it, man, I've been let down a lot of times. And it's one of a handful of games on the GameCube, and it could be more than a handful, don't quote me there, but it's one that came in like a Y-fold seal, and then also came in what looks to be some bullshit third party. They did it in the back room. Fuck yeah. And so it came officially like in both forms. And so it's very difficult to like eyeball it, be like, oh yeah, that's definitively like a legit seal. And so I got it, I sent it in, and thankfully, after a week or so, I got the word back that it was.
Again, that was a water.
But finally got to cross that one off after a very, very long and intense search.
That's cool that you got it. So how long did it take to get it back from water?
I was really impatient with that one, so I sent it on their quickest tier, trying to find out if it was authentic was my biggest thing. Like the grade, I definitely wanted like a respectable grade on it, obviously, because I wanted to hang on to it and keep it. And I didn't want it to be like a placeholder for having to upgrade it at some point. But like finding out it was legitimate was priority one. And so I think from getting it in hand, sending it, and getting it back was probably, I don't know, 10, 12 days, somewhere in there.
That ain't bad at all.
No. So, I mean, that's with priority shipping. They're just in Southern California. So, I mean, they're not very far from me to begin with. And so it's priority shipping there is usually a day or two, and then same on the way back. And with their highest tier, they usually get it in and out pretty quick, assuming that they're not, super backlogged.
Is your personal collection, is it mostly graded shit? Are you a graded collector, Kyle?
A lot of it is. And then like display promo stuff. The games that I have are usually just like stuff that I want to play, and I don't have like a ton of just like on hand stuff in like my personal collection for playability wise. Like I have a lot of things that like I have set aside from collections that came in that I want to check out or put some time on. Like I recently got a very large like collection of very obscure stuff that you don't see very often, and so I got to really enjoy kind of like looking through that and playing like certain things on consoles and games that just never come around, which is really nice. But
you play video games? Shit, it's fucking weird, dude.
On occasion. I used to all the damn time, but nowadays at the end of the day, it's like I'm just fucking worn out, man. I just want to fucking put my feet up and watch some TV and call it a night.
I just get sealed. I just get sealed games and I open them. So
it's disgusting, dude. Don't tell her. Don't tell her.
When he brought up the gauntlet, it made me think about the last two GameCube games that I did open that I got like a year ago. It was great. It felt they smelled so nice.
Stop
that 90s, early 2000s fucking oxygen tucked in there.
I got a whiff of that. I got Spawn sealed and I got Samurai Jack sealed.
Nice.
It's just right open.
And then you open up.
Don't bother me. I don't care.
It bothers
I know it doesn't bother you, but it bothers Will. And that's
it bothers me deeply. And you're embarrassing me in front of our guests. When you have a house guest over, you don't fucking show them your ass. No, you put your best foot forward. And
Nah, I've always I've opened Steal games myself. Like it's not like I'm. Generally, they're like ones that have like really fucked up seals to begin with, anyways. But like sometimes there's no point in keeping it sealed if it's already fucking 80% open anyway.
Teach their own on it.
All right, let's see what else we got in the news.
I just love making him squirm a little bit.
If you want to make me squirm, put your tongue in my ear. I squirm like a fucking worm.
That's the late show.
Yeah, wait, that's the Patreon.
That's a Patreon.
The Patreon.
Nintendo apparently not allowing retailers to sell physical versions of new games online. So, Sean, I'm gonna let you take this story because they canceled what? Paper Mario was canceled.
I saw people posting about that.
Yeah, it looks like the only stores that were affected were Amazon and Walmart. People that pre-ordered Paper Mario got their pre-orders canceled, and it looks like it's also with Luigi's Mansion 2, the new one that's supposed to be coming out. So you go to Amazon right now, it says currently unavailable. You go to Walmart, it's not even on the website. My pre-order through Best Buy is still good. It looks like Target still has one. It looks like GameStop still has one. So maybe Nintendo's got a gripe with Walmart and Amazon. I don't know. Maybe they did something wrong. I think I heard that Walmart is going to have it, but only in store. Like they don't want to sell them online for some reason. So,
which makes sense. I mean, I can see Walmart doing that because then it brings people into the store to buy other shit versus having scalpers buy a bunch of games online.
Why, but why would it affect Amazon too?
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, since it's not on Amazon,
because all theirs is online.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know what they're trying to accomplish. Are they trying to accomplish it not breaking street date? You can't even pre-order the digital code on Amazon. Like if you want the digital copy, let's say. None of it makes sense, really. It's a quandary. So, I mean, don't you want to sell?
It's a mystery.
Don't you want to sell the game? I don't get it. It's just
Nintendo.
They just
Nintendo
need to move on to the next system there.
Nintendo does a lot of stupid shit. Look, for example, Mario.
All these companies.
Mario is stupid shit.
Stop
Luigi. Luigi is stupid. I'm kidding. I love Nintendo. We love all video games here on the PlayStation Ain't Dead podcast. What else we got? Hellblade 2 releasing is digital only. Guys, it's here. The digital feature is here.
Well, I guess that's another game I'm not playing.
Yeah.
Cross that one out.
That's off the Xbox here.
Do you participate in video game piracy, Kyle, or video game preservation at all? You gotta actually.
Which is it? Piracy or preservation? Which one are you asking?
Preservation is the PC way to say it. It's the same fucking shit.
I don't really know. I mean,
no. Actually, that's not true. I remember you showed me a special Game Boy. You just had to be top of this.
Oh, it's just reshelled and different buttons and shit. Yeah, that's all it was. It's not like, yeah.
You said modified. I thought.
Oh, it's got a mod. It's got the IPS screen in it, like the backlit screen, and like a new shell and shit. But it's not like modded with the whole fucking GBA library or something. Oh, still takes physical cards.
Yeah.
That would have been more exciting.
Shut up, Kyle. You're not answering these questions properly.
But it would have been a lot cooler if it was.
No. Yeah, just a regular reshell and screen and buttons, and then still physical cards on that one.
All right, guys, let's get into it. This is package time.
It's package time.
You like that shit? Yeah, I did that. I did it on my phone.
We could tell.
Fuck off. Package time, Kyle. This is pickups shit. I don't hunt in the wild anymore, so all the shit I get is it pretty much comes from online and out there and eBay and whatnot and here and there. But you had too much shit to show, so you sent in some pictures. So, Kyle, we're gonna throw up some pictures that you brought along of your recent pickups, and you're gonna talk us through it. So.
Jesus Christ, Kyle.
TurboGrafx 16,
Kyle,
TGCD.
I'm coming all over myself right now. Like everything that I see right now, there's shit happening.
I sent these pictures specifically because this was one of like the most awesome collection buyouts in a very long time, because it was a lot of stuff
Yeah.
that you either never see or you never see in like quantities like this, or
Like,
shit.
hard
Some of the stuff
adapter.
I'd never even like had before or seen in person before, which was awesome.
He's this is it's commonly known as Kyle's tiles, because he lays the shit out on the floor and he takes a picture of it. So yeah, it's Kyle's tile. This is all TurboGrafx 16. Huh? Is that
Yeah,
the console?
TurboGrafx 16. Yeah, that's a Turbo Duo on the back, so that plays the CDs and the cards both. And then there's also like Japanese PCE games in here, Japanese CD, and then TGCD and TG16. So a little bit of everything from the Turbo world.
What do they call it in Japan? They call it is this
PC Engine?
PC?
Yeah,
Engine.
PC. Yeah, so PCE. Yeah.
All right, PC. Okay, that's okay. Let's see. Next, we got. All right, what am I looking at here? Neo Geo.
This I was so pumped about because Neo is asininely expensive. I've never had a batch of Neo Geo come in a collection ever, and so this was a super treat getting to like set this up and play some of these games, because 99% of it I've never even seen before, let alone had here to play around with or do anything.
They're pretty much all great games. Anything you put in.
Yeah, they're crazy fun. Like they're all very, arcade feel, and it's just an awesome console. And I can definitely, after having had this, like see why people collect for it. It's just one of those things it's a very expensive console to collect for. Even the cheap titles, complete in box, are not cheap. And so it's one of those things where you don't see it a lot. And that was a real fun experience.
So I see 2 arcade sticks. How many consoles are here? Because I know there's several versions of the Neo Geo.
Yeah, so in this picture, there's 4 consoles. So on the top right, you have the CDZ, so for like turbo, like CD, and then you've got next to it the Neo Geo CD. No, that's a regular Neo Geo. Sorry, I had to lean in for a second. Yeah, and then next to the box that's standing up, is the regular Neo Geo CD, and then in that box at the back there, the white box, that's actually a U.S. rental Neo Geo AES, and it's actually one of the first ones released. The serial number on that is 1159. Wow. And so it's one of the first, sub 1200 consoles that were sent over to the US.
That's awesome.
Dude, yeah, just like crazy awesome to look through and get to play some of these. And one of my friends was over here and we were just cracking out on some of them, and probably won't get to do that again anytime soon. So that was a real treat.
Nice set. Great. Let's see what else we got here. PS2 games, it looks like. No, this is my
trash.
There you go. You got that mosquito.
I said that because you said you liked it.
No. Damn, you're a terrible guest. So we got the top.
Not coming back.
Cool. Cool on Rule of Rose. There's Heaven.
Blood Hotel.
Oh, what the hell is it? No,
Haunting Ground.
Haunting Ground. Thank you. Those are still. Yeah. It's which cool. Blood Will Tell and Haunting Ground seem to switch places as in the top 3. I don't know as far as which one's most expensive. And same with the Rule of Rose and Kuon. Those are always battling for the number 1 spot. But yeah, man.
PS2.
Nah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I wish I had my set back, but I got halfway through the goddamn set before I quit. Are these all gone? Or are you still sitting on these?
No, I've got this. Actually, is just one picture from this PS2 buyout. So this was separate than this 2 previous pictures, a different purchase. But this PS2 buy, it was like 650 PS2 games, I want to say, and I'm still like going through. I mean, a lot of these are posted currently right now, like for sale, and then there's a bunch more that's obviously not in this picture that are also posted, and then still a shitload I still got to go through and check and get listed.
I'm missing two on that bottom row.
I see you got that pervy guy game right there. Look at that.
That fucking thing, man.
Great game.
Sean, you're not allowed to buy these. It's not a game. It's just freaking. It's video playback, really.
Well, one I don't have on the bottom row is Futurama, but I have that on the Xbox, so I wouldn't even want it on the PS2.
Dude, no.
The only one I need is Blood Will Tell on that bottom row. So
if you don't have Futurama on the PS2, you don't have it. Freaking Xbox.
No, the Xbox version is the best version. So.
Oh God. All right, let's see what else we got here. PS1.
Yeah,
you got some.
I love some PS1. It's one of my favorite consoles of all time. Unparalleled for RPGs, and I love RPGs.
I just recently completed the PS1 Final Fantasy set. Very proud of that.
I saw that. I remember you had posted that.
I'm looking, but I don't see Resident Evil 3. That's the one I'm still on the hunt for.
Not in that post. That was not like a large, obviously, pickup, but I mean a lot of like good quality titles. And then I love strategy guides, especially ones you don't see too often. So that was cool getting that that Vanguard Bandits strategy guide in there.
Nice.
Did you get those Saturn games from GameStop for like $20?
No, that was.
I wish.
That was Steve Wright Jr.
I wish. Dude, I haven't been inside a GameStop in so many years, but
why can't you be more like Steve Wright Jr., Kyle?
Yeah, he does it the right way.
I have to go into a GameStop in order to find a GameStop deal, and that's a deal breaker.
Oh man, I'll hold your hand. We'll go together. It'll be awesome.
We'll go together. Yeah, I haven't been to a GameStop since I purchased my PS4, like when it was still current. Like it's been a while.
Yeah, we're gonna get you in there. They're selling retro games now, and I guess
allegedly.
there's a hub over in like Chandler where they send all their retro games to one shop.
Yeah, but how many people are in there when they fucking at over 100 and buy?
They're right. You with us, Kyle? I'm sorry, you broke up there.
Nothing left. Oh, sorry, my phone was ringing. I hung up on my mom just for you guys. So just want you to know my level of commitment to this evening. Okay.
Well, thank you. I hang up on Sean's mom all the time. I'm kidding, Sean.
Yeah, he doesn't hang up on her. He's kidding. Yeah. He always takes those calls.
I'm still mad that she sent Terry fucking chocolates and I got nothing. But anyway,
I still haven't sent Terry's back. She actually brought that up to me today and was like, that poor guy never got his jelly beans.
Still thinking about it.
And this is looks like a pile of Nintendo tapes.
Yeah, a couple of the tender tapes.
Nintendo. Anything I note here? I don't know my Nintendo. I'll be honest. I'm not versed well in any.
This is all commons here. Nothing too special.
Nothing is not common. What are you talking about?
It's just funny that Will's like oblivious to certain things. Like,
well, I know Kid Clown, bottom left or bottom right corner.
That's up there. There's this picture here is all of I think all but like one or two of the NES library cards, like $100 and up.
Mm-hmm. I see Samson. I know that's worth a damn. I know some.
Yeah,
some. Wayne's World is sought after.
Yeah, apparently.
Party on, Garth.
Yeah, party on.
That was like an after COVID fucking price hike.
There's a Flintstones. I know that's something with something or something. But there you go. And these are
luckily on NES. There's actually like some really fun games. Like it's one of the consoles that like some of the higher end games are actually like really quality games. I'm not necessarily saying that they are like justified for some of the prices they are, but at least they're not all like garbage shit games like N64 heavies and stuff. You know what I mean? Like that
machine is up there.
I think it's right at like that 100, 110-ish, somewhere right there.
What game was he talking about?
Mario Time Machine.
Oh, yeah.
You know what's a trash game? I remember renting Mario is missing from Blockbuster on SNES.
It's the
That
same
shit
type
is
of game.
garbage.
Yeah, I
I'm
have
like,
that.
what is this?
I see you have the Tommy Tallarico classic of colored dinosaurs.
Best game ever.
Yep. Yep.
Dang.
I need a few.
Not
I need
not
a
them all.
these-
Not all of them are good, but
So this is all within the last week.
within
2
the
weeks?
last, I don't know, 4 probably, give or
Oh,
take,
shit.
about a month, I'd say.
Yeah,
Because a lot of that stuff I still have, like, well, not some I have a lot of, like the PlayStation 2, which was a little bit more recent than some of the others, but yeah, I'd say like the last month.
I can't look at those because I want them, but
he's
they're
shopping.
not. No, they're not complete in box, so I can't. They're not complete in box.
What the NES
Yeah.
stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm a little.
That Futurama is complete in box.
Yeah. I do think that Blood Will Tell, though. You know.
That's also complete in box.
Mm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. I'm gonna. How, James, how do you do this so I get front and center?
I got you.
I'm gonna run through my my pickups. I don't have that many because I don't. I'm not a baller like some of these guys, but I did get a couple games in this week. First one I want to share is some UIG bullshit. This is the Giants Industry and Transport. I have no plans on playing this game. I have no idea what it's fucking about. But
You're going balls deep for this UIG. Huh?
well, Nicolo said I should, so I don't get FOMO a lot, but Nicolo's like, you check this game out. Yeah, this is a hidden gem. I was like, oh really? All right, so yeah, UIG, they're not making them anymore. This is some weird shit. So I went out and I grabbed it. Why? Because Nicolo said so. And one more, Blades of Destiny, UIG, another UIG game. This one, unfortunately, has the saran wrap seal, I guess. You know, like the sandwich bag seal.
Yeah.
But that's the way it came, and that's the way that's a legit seal. So unfortunately, sometimes they do this. From what I understand.
Open it.
No, dude.
He said, "Open it."
No, this game is trash. But it is it's rather rare, from what I understand. And I found a little hidey hole to get these from, so I'm picking them all up. I'd also gotten another UIG game, Joe's Diner. It came in, but unfortunately, it was USK, not Peggy, which is what I'm after. So the USK is about that big. It's just disgusting and gross, so I had to get rid of it. I sent it back.
You know, there's
And,
an ESRB version of that game.
No, fuck it, yes, sir.
He only likes the pegs.
You fucking asshole.
I said what I said.
I also I went out this morning. I went to Goodwill and I picked up some retro reseller couture. I picked up a shirt. I've been watching too
Ooh.
much retro, Rick.
Angry Beavers, Rocket
Nice.
Power. There's some classics on that one. That's a good pickup.
There you go.
Yeah, this is the kind of shit these grown retro resellers sell wear when they're on their fucking YouTube channels. You know, the Phoenix.
Yeah, look the part, dude.
The Phoenix resales, the retro Ricks, the Chase the Right Price. Yeah, so I picked this shirt up, and I was gonna,
Can you name every character on that shirt?
I actually can. I sat down and I did that with my girlfriend this morning, but we got Angry Beavers. This is hold on. This is what the hell am I? My hand. This is Ren or Stimpy, one or the other. There's Rocket Power. Real Monsters. This is Hey Arnold. This guy here, this guy's Hey Arnold. There's Rocco's
What?
Modern Life. That's Hey Arnold's bro, isn't it? This guy.
it's Gerald. Gerald.
I don't know his name, but I know he's on the Hey
Harold.
Arnold show. There's Rocco. You got Cat Dog. You got Stimpy. Ren. I can't remember. Yeah, it's Ren. Ren. Real Monsters. You got Reptar from Rugrats. You got Space Invader Zim in there. Cat Dog, or is it dog? It's Cat Dog. Hey Arnold with his football head. I guess that's the Rugrats dog. Who's this? There's Rugrats dude. Chucky, I know his name. Chucky and Tommy, and who's that guy? That's another aerial monster. I never got in that show, but there's another Rocket Power, and that's Rocco's dog right there.
Spunky. There you go.
I know my shit.
Nice.
But yeah, I brought this home. I'm gonna resell this. This is for flipping.
What size is that?
It's a large. It doesn't fit.
Me either.
Don't tell you do not. Kyle, if this fit you, I wouldn't sell this to you. I respect you too much.
Fucked up, dude. I'd wear it, especially after that Nickelodeon documentary that came out, dude. Nickelodeon's hyped right now.
All the kid touching they got going on over there.
Yeah, but the cartoons didn't get touched. They were fine.
Yeah.
No children were touched in the making of this cartoon. Oh, also got some. I keep making merch for this show, but I never give it away. But I got a PlayStation Ain't Dead shirt. I came in the mail yesterday, as a matter of fact.
Looks good, buddy.
Very
Looks good.
nice. Looks
You know what looks good is my belly button that's sticking out right underneath the frame. But yeah, those are my pickups for this week. All right, who's next? Because
I'll go next real quick.
I gotta
next,
go.
yeah.
I gotta go potty, so I'll be right back.
Let's see here. All right, I'm just gonna show these three here. Just a little trio. Completed the Sea of Stars trio. So we have the retail version of Sea of Stars. We have the I Am 8-bit version that comes with the slipcover. It's not here. And then we have the early Kickstarter edition there too. So that's a different cover. It comes with some extra stuff done by Limited Run here. So these especially the Kickstarter one, especially the Switch ones, are going for like $600-700 already.
Wow. Jesus.
Yeah, the limited PS5s roughly around like 300 or so. But they're because they're numbered too, so they're limited. So
I gotta start pre-ordering shit.
Right.
Well, James, what did we say the number was on the Xbox version of that?
It's 250.
Was it like
there's 250 of these, yeah, for Xbox, which is crazy.
Okay,
it's a low number.
That's super low.
Yeah, it's a while. I think Switch was like
that was like
7 something. Yeah, PS5 was 2150, and then PC was, I don't remember what PC was, and then Switch was, or Xbox was 250. So
yeah, so I guess that pretty much solidifies like what the lowest press number is for Xbox, probably. 250.
I'm surprised.
That's probably why Limited Runs
got that low. I thought it had to be like around like 5. I thought
they used to be one of the most. That's why nobody was making nobody with Limited Run was making Xbox games. So they probably said, we'll make them, but you got to bring the pressing numbers down because that's ridiculous.
Right.
So, which one are you opening?
Are you ready? None of them because I have it digitally. They all staying sealed.
Sean's gonna cry.
Yeah, I'm gonna sneak into his house one night and
just crack them all.
Surprisingly, I did not get a lot this week. I can't tell. A lot of these came in like today and yesterday. So a bunch of new releases. For the Switch, we got Girl Genius. I guess this is like a 3D platformer type adventure game. It actually looks pretty cool. So I wanted to pick that up. We got the VGP exclusive Larry Wet Dreams Saga. So this has 2 games on it. It has Wet Dreams Don't Dry and Wet Dreams Dry Twice, which are both available in PAL Land. But this is the ESRB version. This is the only version that has both games on one, and you can only get it from VGP. For now, at least, right?
Yeah, for now.
Yeah. So, because that's going to be a big seller, What else we got? Today came in System Shock. So this is
Nice.
an old first person shooter. This looks like I will actually play this one. From Limited Run, we got a Chemco Classic. We all know about these pieces of trash. Ghost Sync,
Yep.
whatever. I think they've gotten to the point where the backs of the games are all the same. Like a Fateful RPG involving a magical lady. I mean, it's the same picture on the back of
Yeah.
every game. It makes
Look how long that took to get. Because I got mine. I got a bunch of my old limited run shit came in this week, and it's
Right.
coming in next week. That's number 66. And
Yeah.
they're already at like 100 right now.
Yeah.
And you had to pre-order that shit back when PS1 was current gen.
That's fucking
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Fuck,
Exactly.
man. 10-year wait list.
Right.
Limited Run. Also, I got the Atari Recharge Collection 3 and 4. Because we know how intense these games are, and they needed 2 discs.
They had to be recharged.
for all of these. I mean, the size on one of these discs is 528 megabytes. I mean, how do they fit it all? I don't get it.
They should have put that on one disc.
Every
That's
Atari
crazy.
game ever released.
Yeah, pretty much. There's only 2 games per disc, so
A lot of wasted space.
yes, yeah, and that's volumes 3 and 4. Kyle, there is a volume 1 and 2 also.
Yeah.
Man. Will's back.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to take you out of center stage. There we go.
We
Jeez,
got
messing it all up.
this one I'm excited for. We got Morbid, Lords of Ire. I have the Switch version of the first game, which is actually sort of on the harder side to find. So this one just came out. Action adventure game. Definitely want to check that one out. Look at some pictures. Look at that. Well, it's 2 more. 3 more. We got Slave Zero X, the collector's type bundle. This is what is this? An old Saturn game or something? Is that what
Dreamcast.
Dreamcast game?
Oh, actually, maybe Saturn.
One or the other.
Yeah,
It looks badass.
maybe
The
both.
The cream of the crop that came in today, guys. You ready for this?
Y'all ready for this?
Whoa!
Oh, boom.
Mind blown.
I'm a horny boy.
Hey, baby. That's fucking right. And then finally, also from Limited Run Games this week, it was the soundtrack to
there we
Turtles
go.
2, the arcade game. So
That cover art's awesome.
and this is on the green ooze vinyl. So it's numbered out of 1,000.
Wait, is that sealed?
No.
Oh,
wait.
It looked like
Oh no, it is still sealed. I have to open it. I forgot to
hypocrite.
Open it. I
Oh, yeah.
I didn't get around to it. It came in today.
A likely story.
Uh-huh.
So that's it, guys. That's I didn't get anything fantastic this week.
James, did you do no, that looks like you did you? No.
What's up?
James went.
No, James, we gotta know what the hell this week.
Oh, no, I didn't. No.
James, did you do anything for the show this week? I mean, James,
He showed up.
James,
See what I mean?
I had to find that Nintendo story and post it in the chat yesterday. I mean, that was
What
a
point?
big deal.
What are you talking about?
I had to make an Instagram post and share out the link today. I mean, I've done a lot this week for the show. I mean, what the fuck did you do?
I don't know, not shit.
We have a game we sometimes play called What the Hell, but I guess no What the Hell this week. All right.
No, I figured I thought we were gonna do the
Are we doing Pappas?
Pappas report.
No,
instead.
there's no Pappas report. In fact, I'm gonna delete it before any of you guys get the
No,
idea.
just play it. Just play it.
It's James's channel. Fucking play it.
It's changed. I don't. Sorry, it's not here. I can't. We can't play.
James has it.
Oh my god, I can upload it.
There is a new Pappas report. We just
Yeah,
have to,
there's Pappas is a friend of ours in New York City, and he goes around New York and he harasses people. but in the vein of video games. So you'll have to watch. You'll have to watch next week's for the new Pappas.
That's a fun gig.
Dude, he got mean with this freaking with the GameStop too.
What the hell?
What the hell?
Charging Mike's here for what the hell, man.
No, what the hell this week? I'm sorry. All right.
Dropped the ball this week.
Whatever.
He's got that good screensaver in the background that makes up for it.
Yeah.
If you keep watching, eventually hit the corner.
Yeah.
Oh, it's already been in the chat.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
People have been watching intently.
Oh, it looks like my controller just disconnected. I gotta charge that thing. All right, guys. Why not? Let's get into it. This is video game shit posting. That's not necessary. We do it anyway. Let's see. Let's get into some memes. When I see kids doing Fortnite dances in public, better call Anakin Skywalker. I don't know. Fortnite's is video games. I don't know. Pappas sent it to me. What's this? The 4 horsemen of video games cause violence: Mortal Kombat, Call of Duty, Grand Theft Auto, and of course Mario Party 3.
Mario Party 3.
Here we go. Wife gets home. Did you take the meat out of the freezer like I asked? No.
Dude, he's committed to that game.
Yeah, it is.
What do we got here? I really hope Chris went back and rescued Hulk Hogan. Help me, brother. These aren't good.
These aren't good.
Happy Mother's Day.
Oh, and the fridge.
He doesn't like his mother, man. He gave her the Xbox. He loved his mother. We got her a fucking PlayStation. What else we got here? Oh, when you buy a game 2 months ago and it becomes free on PS Plus, you can't do this to me. Oh, America.
the worst.
These aren't good. Bowser seeing Princess Peach for the first time.
What the fuck?
Yeah, this one's Steve Wright inspired. Cheap
Yeah!
life hack.
I'm gonna get that shit tattooed on my forehead.
You won't?
He's not there yet, but eventually. What we got here? Game, target audience, and actual audience.
I saw this thing posted. I had to comment on it.
Call of Duty, Black Ops 2. You got a young man, and the actual audience, a little kid. Pokemon. It's I have to talk through this because this is also an audio medium. Pokemon, the target audience is a little kid, and the actual audience is a young man. Princess Peach Showtime, the target audience is little girls, and the actual audience is neckbeards. And World of Warcraft, target audience is neckbeards, the actual audience is neckbeards.
Not true, dude. Not true.
Did you play World of Warcraft?
Yes, religiously.
What happened to your neck and beard?
Covered it up with a tattoo. It all just fucking blends together now so I can move through society without discrimination. Better to look like a criminal than a neckbeard.
Yeah. For real.
No one. Sean and James. Oh, good. My PS5 games are here. Yeah.
Very true.
And friend of the show. And no one. Matthew. Amazon is the wild.
Amazon is the wild.
My box is crushed with a footprint in the middle of it.
It also goes for my friend Daryl. No, Amazon is not the wild. I'm sorry. What's
totally the wild?
Oh no, that's nothing. Here we go. RoboCop is malfunctioning. He's not a Nintendo cartridge, man. Blowing him isn't gonna. There he is. Oh, shit. I know.
Woke right up.
Let's see what we got. Oh, I just love playing video games. What is happening there? I don't know.
JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Yeah, something bizarre.
Yeah.
When he opens my laptop and sees himself as a sim married to my sim with 4 kids in a household. I don't know. That one's for the ladies. Okay. Me trying to download games on a shading website. Click here to come so hard you go into a coma.
Coma girl.
There you go. There's your okay.
Yeah.
Yo, bro, they got the voice chats from all our gaming nights. We're getting charged with domestic terrorism. They'll be at your house in 5 minutes.
Ooh.
What else we got? We got a couple more, just 3 more to go. Look, Sonic, there's Dreamcast 2. Where?
Aw.
Oh, yeah, it's not happening. Bad news, Xbox fans. Sony has announced that their next console will be a dead pigeon taped to a car battery. It'll still outsell the Xbox. That's just stupid. And last one, sealed game and open game. Open games are lame. That's all they're saying. Oh yeah, one more. This is a visual, so if you're listening on the radio, this isn't going to make sense at all.
And you are at battle with him right now, aren't you?
Yeah, well, I want the guy on the come. I want the limited legacy guy to come on the show. He started talking shit at me because they're on fucking. I guess he does his own customer service. So I was like, I'm not gonna buy your shit because you fucking this, that, and the other. And then he started going back and forth with me, and now we have a love-hate relationship. Hopefully, he'll come on some point.
Didn't you ask him for a discount or something?
No, dude. I fucking was like, dude, because there was like 5 minutes left to the fucking. The countdown was like going. It's like 5 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Right.
And they got to the bottom of the countdown, and they fucking put it up another like an hour. And I was like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah. I remember.
And he started.
The countdown
saying,
for what?
It was for
The
the
last game that
announcement.
went on.
For the
PS4
announcement
one.
of their last game. I don't remember. What was it?
I forget. I ordered it though.
Of course you did, Sean. Of course you did.
Found it in the wild.
Yeah.
On the internet. What do you consider the wild, Kyle? That's a good question.
Well,
Well,
I mean, probably still in my opinion, I would say wild would still be like the marketplace, the Craigslist, the OfferUp, the Goodwills, the thrift shops, the garage sales, like that type of
GameStop?
Yeah, that type of setting. Pawn shop would be like,
No,
or I mean, GameStop would be like,
no. The answer's no.
yeah. I mean, for retro stuff though, it still has like an essence of finding it in the wild though, because it's not like a retro video games store per se, and like it's still kind of luck based. If you happen to go in there and there is something retro related that's worth mentioning, so I'd put that right on the fence, and then everything else that I mentioned before that as wild.
Yeah,
I'll put it perfectly. GameStop is the wild.
No, GameStop is not the wild, dude. I mean, it's like fishing in a stocked pond and saying, "Look what I caught in the wild." No, you didn't.
You still caught a fucking fish. Like it's still a fish.
No, it's not the same. I don't.
No, and that's why I put it on the fence and not in the clear cut.
Okay, all right.
It's on the border.
Sure, all right, so
it ain't Amazon. It's not,
Amazon is pretty wild because no matter what you order, you don't know if you're going to get a PAL version, a USK.
Yeah, and now they're canceling your pre-orders. So like, fuck, you really don't know.
Shit. Oh man. But anyway, yeah, that was this week's edition of Video Game Shit Post. People don't like that sound.
It's so fucking loud. Blew my eardrum out.
I play it when I'm going to bed. I leave it on all night.
It's an alarm clock.
That's his ASMR.
Yeah.
Let's see. Kyle, that's pretty much that's all we got. Kyle, anything you want to plug? Tell them who you are, where they can find you. If they want to buy any of this stuff that they've seen here tonight, where's the best place? How can people get a hold of you?
I'm at the PM Sean directly about that Futurama. See if we can coordinate something. It just the collectors groups on Facebook, and then my Instagram, which is at retro_nostalgia_AZ. That's where you can find me. And yeah, if it's posted, it's available.
Dude, I did have one more question, or actually a couple more questions I didn't ask. What is your favorite Facebook group?
Obviously, it's PlayStation ain't dead. No, I'm just kidding. That group sucks. But honest, I would say probably junkies, just because like I know the most people in there. I think I have like longer like relationships, like friendships with like people in that group, like from the original one before that got shut down. And I mean, I post in, you know, almost all of them, but I would say just on like a daily basis, like the back and forth banter and the posts and the memes. Oops, sorry, my fucking head.
Technical difficulties.
Back and forth like banter, the memes, just the fun times like in that group is probably my go-to just for enjoyability.
Speaking of which, they recently made me a moderator over there. Did you get that news?
Fucking idiots.
What are they doing?
It's gonna go downhill.
No, stop it. I
Get ready for Junkies
freaking
3.
anything. Come on now. God. Anyway, Game Junkies on Facebook. Go check it out. Pretty good group. I was writing down another question, but it fucking my pen ran out of ink. It says
So the
doodles.
doodles.
I'm a good doodle. I'm a good doodler. But yeah, Game Junkies, check it out. Or do you headhunt shit for anybody? So hey, I'm looking for this. Do you go out and find it for them? Kyle, is that another service that you offer?
I definitely like try to, I mean, to the best of my abilities. People definitely reach out, you know, like you said, saying I'm looking for this XYZ, whatever it might be. And I definitely try to find things if I can. I mean, it's definitely, it fluctuates so much on like what I'm going to be getting in, or, you know, what's going to be coming across my table, that I can't really give any kind of timeline unless I already know of like a deal that I've solidified with like something coming in that maybe somebody has, you know, something they're looking for in, but otherwise it's very erratic on what I'm getting next. And so, but I definitely try my best to facilitate that whenever possible.
You hear that, ladies and gentlemen? Hit Kyle up with all the shit he doesn't have, but he wants. All right, but so yeah, find retro _nostalgia _AZ on Instagram, and you can find him in Ain't Dead on which one of our PlayStation group, Buy Sell Trade, and Game Junkies, and just about every and any other group out there. So shout out. Also, they also made me a mod in Retro City, so you can go post on there too.
Gotta leave that one too.
What the hell, Kyle?
I was like giving you shit.
Oh,
It's Will's goal to be a moderator in every freaking game.
He's just taking over slowly, one by one.
Yeah, well, fucking Zuckerberg is next. But no, yeah. Sounds like we fucking collect moderators and admins and shit. No, I'm gonna start another group after I get off of this podcast. So. PlayStation ain't dead. No, really, it ain't. Come and join.
Still with us.
At any rate, thanks for coming on, Kyle. It's always a good time. Sean,
Yeah, thanks for coming on,
James,
Kyle.
anything you want to say before we say goodnight?
I have absolutely nothing to say except you're all wonderful people and I had a great show.
Yes.
All right. On that note, thank you for everybody and anybody who in the chat. I can't focus on the chat and pay attention at the same time. So if you said something and I missed it, I apologize. I'm just not. My eyes don't work that way. So,
Also, next week's show will be combined with PlayStation Collectors podcast too. So right over there.
Is it simulcast?
Simulcast.
Well, I don't know if Reggie's on there. Doesn't he usually simulcast it to his show?
So it's gonna be a three-way. We're doing a three-way.
We can only do two at a time. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Who knows?
We'll figure it out.
Maybe we'll be here. Maybe we'll be over there. Maybe we'll. I don't know.
Yeah. Either way, come check us out on the PlayStation Collectors podcast. Or actually, just stay here. Just watch it here instead. And we'll talk to you guys next week. So good night, everybody.
Good night.
Appreciate it, guys. Thank you.
Hey, thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
Good night.
Thank you, Kyle.
PlayStation ain't dead, dead.